There were a lot of fees that were added on to existing fees for small businesses, and it's made life difficult. I mean, permit fees went up. There were different licenses that were put in place. Tobacco license, for instance, which is understandable, but at the same time, it was an added cost. The overall cost, again, of just running a business from a utility point of view, again, going back to the fuel surcharges that were put on. Um, I mean, my own business, I can attest to astronomical increases in electricity costs. And therefore, when you have a small business, it goes direct to the bottom line. You can't absorb it. And right now, a lot of small businesses have either packed up or are really struggling. And we have to find a way, we have to find quick relief. I know that we're talking about here predominantly government, but there are other ways in the community to reduce the cost of living. Overall, we have to look at this in a short-term and a long-term perspective, I believe. We have to find ways of bringing the cost of living down generally in the Cayman Islands, which is the long term. But the short term, definitely we have to look at taxes. We have to roll back some of them, and we have to find a way of recouping that on the other side of the balance sheet. We cannot just say that it's a high cost of living destination while people are hurting and hurting really badly. Businesses are closing, people can't pay their bills. We have to find some quick solutions. And I believe that, as we've, it's not a cliche, but it's rolling back of taxes is important. We have to do it, and we have to find a way of recouping. I mean, there are other things. There are insurance costs associated as well that have gone up. Health insurance, the admin of health insurance is another area that there can be efficiencies arrived at. There are a lot of technology available that we could actually save tremendous amounts in insurance, in health costs. And so we have to look at this overall. I mean, there are many other areas that cost of living is affected from the importation of goods, and we have to look at maybe where we're importing all our goods from and the destinations that are out there that we are not using, capitalizing on Central and South America, for instance, and instead of bringing everything from the U.S. These are all things that a government needs to sit and have discussions with the private sector about. It's not all, yes, government, there are efficiencies to be derived in government, and we need that. But at the same time, we need to look at it overall. We need to look at the agricultural sector, for instance. We import all of our goods. What can be done to enhance agriculture in the Cayman Islands? Maybe it will take some rezoning of property, but we have to make these decisions. We have to look at the fuel, the importation of fuel, where the fuel comes from. We have to look at maybe alternatives to fossil fuel, solar, that type of thing.